All right, so we are live. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I'll just hang out for a couple of minutes, a minute or two, to give some of our friends a chance to join us, to join the party, baby. Yay, what a beautiful morning. I won't sing, I promise not to sing, but what a beautiful morning, what a beautiful day. I just have this funny feeling that everything's going my way. Yeah, man, absolutely. Mm, nothing like some good H2O. Hey, Steve, how are you doing, bros? Good to see you, man. How's life up there in the New England part of the world? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. So, guys, yeah, let's get this baby rolling. Let's get the party started. So, it's always great to be able to connect with you. It is Wednesday. It's the best day of the week. Hump day, baby. It's time to, no matter how you start the week, kind of join hand in hand and work to get over the hump, right? Again, whether we started the week strong or not so strong, we still have an opportunity to finish strong. And we are halfway through there, and we always kind of connect at this time to, shoot the breeze, uh, throw some ideas that hopefully, you all will find beneficial. So the last couple of weeks, I spoke about making a first impression, and this. What did I speak about last week? Oh, I'm just drawing a blank real quickly here. But I thought I'd kind of follow along that vein. We have often heard the term, no man is an island. And of course, I'm from an island, but yeah, no man or no woman for that matter is from an island. And that's a really true statement, not only in terms of the effectiveness of the teams that you're a part of, but really it plays an important role in our personal and our professional lives as well, right? All of us are primarily responsible for our own success. I say that often. Without exception, we are all responsible for our own success, but make no doubt about it, there is a collective effort of many people who contribute to our success. Whether we're talking, when you look at the career or the businesses of successful people, you'll see that playing out, right? You'll see the hands of many people in that success. You're going to see evidence of a strong networking channel that has contributed in a significant way to that success. And so that's what I want to speak about this morning, networking. And I know some of my IT friends are probably getting all excited. No, I'm not talking about that kind of networking, couple of computers talking to each other. No, what I am speaking about is establishing, and you're going to hear me kind of repeat this a number of times. Let me get to my little. Um, hey, Barbara, great to see you. How are you? Let me get to my banners here. So, of course, my IG friends, sorry, you won't be able to see the banners, but definitely my friends over here on LinkedIn and Facebook and so on. Right. So, when I talk about networking, first banner up, what I'm talking about here is establishing and nurturing, really important, nurturing. Here's another important phrase: mutually beneficial relationship, right? It's establishing and nurturing a mutually beneficial relationship with other, business people or professionals or clients, or potential clients, suppliers, customers, whatever it is. It's establishing and nurturing those relationships that are mutually beneficial in order to grow your business, in order to grow your career. So Don't get it twisted, as they would say. Networking is not about simply exchanging some personal contact information. No, that's not what it's about, and it's certainly not about begging for favors. Networking is, I told them when I repeat myself, nurturing those long-term beneficial relationship with the people that you meet. And some of us, when we hear the term networking, we tend to think that, man, it means that you have to um, spend half of your time going to networking events. No, I mean, you should attend networking events, but you meet people all the time when you live your life, right? If you just kind of, lift your head up from the cell phone every now and again when you're in Starbucks or Dunkin' Donuts or wherever your favorite coffee bagel shop is, or the supermarket or wherever, as you're living your life, you'll be surprised at the number of persons that you could meet. And as you meet them, and you, yes, go through the process of exchanging contact information, um, you now have an opportunity to develop, establish, nurture those relationships that will allow you then to have these people as part of your network, right? All of us have a circle of friends, and um, you know they and the knowledge and experience that you have are going to take you only so far. And so it makes sense to continue to network. So I guess the question is, I'm going to pull up my banner here. Why is that such an important aspect of your success, networking? Why is success? Why is networking, I should say, my friends over there in IG, why is networking, LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, is such an important part of your success? Well, I started out by stating the fact, actually, that no man is an island, no woman is an island as well. They often say that your network, where am I? Your network is your net worth, right, Britt? Great to see you over there on IG. Your network is your net worth, right? All the experts agree that the most connected people are the most successful ones. And if you think about it, Orville, what's up, Big Barrett? Good to see you, friend. Uh, you know, we invest our money. We invest a lot in our money. You could express it that way, and we expect a return on that money, right? Doesn't it make sense then that we should invest in our relationships as well? I keep coming back to that relationship thing, man, because again, networking isn't about exchanging business cards. Those end up in the garbage in file 13. It's about investing in those relationships, because when you do so, when you invest in a relationship, it can give you a really nice return over the course of your career, over the course of your business, right? In addition to that, it's going to help you to develop and improve your skill set. It's help you to stay on top of the latest trends in your industry, in your business, in your particular field of interest. It will help you to, as I said earlier, meet prospective clients, meet mentors, you meet partners, business partners, I guess intimate partners sometimes, right? But yeah, imagine that you have an idea and you want to sell it. Yeah, it will give you, networking will give you an opportunity to meet potential investors, angel investors. So if you think about it, you have a business and you need a bookkeeper, you need an accountant, or you need a plumber, you need a graphic designer, you need an SEO guy, whatever it is, you more than likely will be able to find that ideal person through your networking. And likewise, if you are the person providing the service, if you have a decent network going on, you might be the beneficiary on the other side, i.e., they go, hey, John, hey, Devon, hey, Mary, yeah, I have somebody who need your particular skill. Bam, there you have it. Networking is working for you. So what do we have here? So you have to keep building those relationships, because in the end, it's not who you know, it's who knows you, right? And I mean, this song keeps coming back to my mind. It's not who you know. I'm not gonna sing for you, I promise, because I'll just like ruin your week, ruin the rest of the week for you. But yeah, it's not who you know, man. It's who know you. Um, which is why it's so important to network, because it can be your key to success. As I said earlier, opening up those doors to opportunities with jobs and investors and partners and mentors and and all of that. Now, the thing we have to remember is that any one of us can build a network, and it's an essential part. COVID-19, lots of people are out of jobs. In your job search, networking is going to be an important part of that process. Today, about 80% of jobs, excuse me, about 80% of jobs are not advertised. Can you believe that? About 80% of jobs are not advertised. They're filled, but they're not advertised. They're filled through word of mouth. So again, if you're not in the know, if nobody knows you and you happen to be a good candidate for one of those jobs, you will probably never have heard of it because you're not networked, right? On LinkedIn these days, perhaps because of COVID-19, the pandemic, and people are practicing social distancing, they notice that conversations have increased 55% over last year, because people are now reaching out to their networks. And I've seen that happening myself. The 55% obviously not the number I come up with, but I see that happening across the board. And LinkedIn people have said, hey, yeah, people are using the platform LinkedIn. Some of us are on LinkedIn here, but people are using other social media platforms to get out there and connect. So it's important. So let's talk a little bit then about how you go about networking, right? One, you have to remember, say hello here, photo. Networking is a skill. Networking is a skill. What do we know about skills? There are things that you learn, you practice them, and you develop them, right? Don't have the correct banner up here. Yep. Any skill can be learned. Skills are things that you learn, you practice, you develop them. And the truth is that when you start out initially, I mean, you suck, right? You're horrible at it. And perhaps you are horrible at networking. Maybe you're an introvert. You're shy. Hey, it's okay. But just recognize, as I said earlier, that your current circle of friends, the experiences and the knowledge that you have will only take you to this point where you are now. So it kind of makes sense that it's time, man, to get out of your comfort zone. So if you're shy, fine, you're shy. If you're an introvert, fine, you're an introvert. Just recognize that remaining that way is not going to get you to where you need to be. So you might be nice and comfy in your little introverted cocoon, but hey, if you want to grow your business, if you want to grow your career, you're going to have to get out of that comfort zone, right? And so learn how to network. So that's number one, right? Networking is a skill, and you can learn any skill whatsoever that you want. Number two is be yourself. I've found myself in the last number of weeks, different forums, not just here, speaking about being yourself, about being authentic. And it's so important, because I think all of us know, all of us have met someone who seemed like a nice person, and then they go away and you go, I can't put my finger on it. There's something about that person that not adding up, right? And that's because that person wasn't being genuine. They weren't being authentic. And so as you're out, whether at a formal networking event or you met somebody online, wherever, in the supermarket, check out. Be yourself. Don't put on, don't pretend to be anything else, right? And I know that can be a challenging concept to grasp when we're thinking about operating in the professional world, right? It's like your normal ways of behavior don't necessarily translate or ease into the professional world. You're like, if I be myself, people won't like me, they won't accept me. I would encourage you, invite you to. I did a podcast with my friend Todd Dewitt about being your authentic self in a work environment. So check out that podcast. Jump on YouTube at Keep On Pushing Always, right? But he spoke about the fact that you have to find that sweet spot between who you like to be and that cold, sterile professional that some of us like to project, right? And it's in the sweet spot that you are now able to allow some of the personality and the things that make you an interesting human being flow. And yeah, you may have traits and habits and behaviors that don't mesh very well with the corporate world, but that's where the growth comes in, man. And I talk about the fact that you have to keep on pushing, you have to find a way to always grow. Don't ever feel like you are stuck and you will forever remain stuck where you are. You have to grow. That's your responsibility. And if you're not growing, it's your fault, right? So it's okay to be yourself. It's okay to be authentic, but also recognize, hey, there may be some things that I need to work on so that I can become even more effective. So that's number two. Number three, build. Oh, here it comes again. Build relationships. I told you I was going to repeat myself many times because it's such an important thing. Networking is about relationship. You're not selling a product. Not initially. The product is you, and I spoke about that last week. Yeah, how to sell yourself, right? Not the world's oldest profession now, but how to effectively market yourself, talk about yourself in a way that is engaging and endearing and not turn people off, right? So as you go out there and you're meeting people and you're building those relationships, in that very first meeting, you're not trying to throw up over people and tell them how amazing you are. You're trying to build those relationships and not sell a product. So one of the things that you have to do, you really, really need to learn to do this, is to become interested in the other person and not just be interesting to the other person, right? Become interested and not just interesting. It goes a long way because in the end, people will remember you because of how you made them feel, because you expressed an interest in them. It's something that I myself have been working hard at doing over the years because I realized because of my background story, people always want to hear about my story. And it's not like I have an issue telling my story, but I can find myself in an hour-long conversation and I probably don't even know the person's name because all they want to do is hear about me. And while that is great, it's not great for my own development, right? And so there are times where I go, okay, well, enough about me. I want to hear about you. And they go, oh, my life is not as interesting as yours, blah, blah, blah. And so it's my job to start asking questions that are going to kind of bring out some of that stuff in them. So don't just be interesting. Make sure that you're interested. And then number 4, I have 5 ideas. Provide value. Provide value for free, right? Provide value for free. It's really important to imagine if you can invest a few minutes in someone and the dividend, the return that can bring you down the road, right? So it's like you are an accountant and somebody has an accounting question and you answer it for them. You may spend 15 minutes on the phone kind of talking them through it and give them the advice so they can go do it themselves, right? That's you providing value for free. Now, if they need more advice, more in-depth work, chances are they'll hire you, right? So that's you building that relationship. really important. And then think quality over quantity. And what do I mean by that? Well, you'll go to a networking event, for example, and you go with a stack of 100 cards, and your goal is to hand out every single one of those cards, like a guy like in a casino, like this, issuing cards. Well, that's some form of networking, but what kind of quality connections are you making? That is the question, right? What kind of quality connections are you making? Are you going to be following up with each of those persons that you exchanged information with, or are you going to stick their cards in a drawer, right? I was just at an event recently, and I heard something interesting. A couple of guys go, man, I came here to meet only one person. And every time they go to a networking event, they go with one card to meet one person. I was the one who got the card then. So we're going to see how well that works out in the coming weeks. But it was an interesting approach to networking. Now, you're not trying to meet every person in the room. You're trying to meet that one, maybe two, just a few people who you can make that connection with. Hey, Gary, great to see you, man. Yeah, totally agree. Focusing on others more than yourself is crucial to self-development. Yeah, I'm kind of learning that the hard way, right? But it's just part of, me trying to grow and get to not take myself too seriously and not to believe my own press, but to understand that there's so much more that I can learn about life, about the world, just by learning more about the person who I'm speaking to. And it doesn't always translate into business, and everything doesn't have to, right? Networking ain't no business transaction. It may lead to business transaction, but our focus shouldn't be on creating a business transaction when we're out there networking. All right, so yeah, man, those are the thoughts I wanted to share with you. And we spoke about in the last few weeks, creating that first impression, how important it is to create a good first impression. It takes like 3 seconds, a grand total of 3 seconds for somebody to jump to a conclusion about you. And so then you have another 30 seconds after that to quote unquote sell yourself, right? So present yourself, market yourself in a confident and not arrogant way, so that if someone had created a poor first impression of you, you have a chance to reverse it. If the impression of you was a good one, you have a chance to cement it, right? And so when you're out and about, whether specifically at a networking event or you're just in the supermarket or wherever, you have a chance to meet people, right? Networking, meet people, exchange information. Yes, initially that has to happen, but the goal then is to really nurture those relationships, because they pay off in the long run. All right. So, hey, hope you found this valuable. Hope you found it interesting. If you do, hey, for those of you who are watching afterwards, you're watching the replay, leave a comment. Thanks to everyone who joined. Make sure that you share it, because your friends want to be inspired. They want to be informed as well. Until we connect, yeah, man, next week, we're going to do it again. Same time, same place. You know the deal, my friends. Keep on pushing.